friends. I'm not a life coach. I'm not a therapist. I'm a mom. Courage to change. June 3rd. In order to keep family and friends from interfering with their drinking, alcoholics sometimes create diversions by accusing or provoking. At such a time, we who have been affected by someone else's drinking tend to react, to argue, and to defend ourselves. As a result, nobody has to look at the alcoholism, for we are too busy focusing on the particular point being argued. Any topic will do. And unfortunately, what we defend against, we make real. When we take step 1, we admit that we are powerless over this disease. We do not have the strength necessary to fight it. Defending ourselves by engaging in arguments with actively drinking or otherwise irrational people is as fruitless as donning armor to protect ourselves from a nuclear explosion. Only a power greater than ourselves can restore us to sanity. Today's reminder: I am responsible for taking the actions necessary to keep myself safe. But when my safety is not at risk, I can take time to make choices about my responses. I don't have to react instantly to provocation, and I'm not obligated to justify myself to anyone. By turning to my higher power for protection, rather than my wits or my will, I avail myself of the best possible defense. The quote is from Al-Anon's 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Quote, once we learned to see our situation as it really was, we understood why it was necessary for us to turn to a power greater than ourselves. End quote. I'll read that again. Once we learned to see our situation as it really was, we understood why it was necessary for us to turn to a power greater than ourselves. Courage to change. Affirmations for the inner child, June 3rd. It's on boundaries. The small child pushes and pushes against the barrier, trying to move it. He backs up and runs, plowing into it. It remains where it is. After a few more attempts, he starts to play with something else. Satisfied the barrier will not change. His play area is something he can count on. In my dysfunctional family, the boundaries changed all the time. Sometimes I would go to where the boundaries had been, only to discover they were gone. As a result, limits and boundaries are things I didn't know were mine to have. In recovery, I'm learning it is okay for me to set up boundaries around myself. I can choose them and enforce their limits. This means that I can leave a situation if someone is abusive or even say no when I disagree. This means that I can leave a situation if someone is abusive or even say no when I disagree. Today, I will allow myself to begin enforcing boundaries that will make my environment safe and dependable. Affirmations for the inner child. I hope this helps you on your healing journey, friends. Follow your bliss and be good humans.